Today I'm not gonna keep reading Genesis. I will read Isaiah 58 because we started 12 days fasting each day for 1 month of the year, the next year, 2026. And I am going to give I don't know how to say, to talk with a group about fasting. So we are going to read about fasting now. Isaiah 58. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet. Tell my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation had that did righteous. Let me mark some things. Delight to know my ways. And they did not forsake the ordinance of their God. They ask me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching God. Ask me, approach God. Why have we fasted, they say, and you have not seen? Why have we afflicted our souls, and you take no notice? In fact, in the day of your fast, you find pleasure, and exploit all your labors. Indeed, you fast for strife and debate, and to strike with the fist of wickedness. You will not fast as you do this day, to make your voice heard on high. It's not for that. Fasting is not for make your voice heard high. You don't fast for God to listen to you. It's not for that. Not for that. Is it a fast that I have chosen? A day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head like a bulrush, and to spread out sackcloth and ashes? Would you call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord? Is this not the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bounds of wickedness? To loose the bounds of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and take you, and that you break. I will read again. To let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke. Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and that you bring to your house the poor who are cast out? When you see the naked, that you cover him, and not hide yourself from your own flesh. Then your light shall break forth like the morning, your healing shall spring forth speedily, and your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call and the Lord you will answer. You shall cry, and he will say, Here I am. If you take away the yoke from your midst, the pointing of the finger and the speaking wickedness, if you extend your soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then your light shall dawn in the darkness, and your darkness shall be as the noonday. The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your soul in drought and strengthen your bones. You shall be like a watered garden and like a spring of water, whose waters do not fail, that those from among you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the fountains of many generations, and you shall be called the repaired of the breach, the restorers of streets to dwell in. If you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy day of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing your own ways, nor find your own pleasure, nor speaking your own words. Then you shall delight yourself in the Lord, and I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the earth, and feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father. The mouth of the Lord has spoken. So the fasting has to do with to delight in knowing God's ways. Ask God for ordinances of justice, to delight in approaching God. That's the most important, because God is looking at your heart. It's not to make God listen to you, because God listens to you always. It's not to convince God to do what you are asking for. It's to make yourself sensible to God's voice, and makes your soul to delight in seeking God, in approaching God, in the presence of God. That is the fasting for, to treat you, to treat me, not to convince God, not to achieve something that you are looking for, that you want to do, that is happening in your life, you have to solve. It's not for that. It's for you to approach God, to delight in approaching Him. See you tomorrow.